Our next guest is Iddo Geltner, CEO at Aruga AI Farming. Nice to meet you, Iddo. How are you today?
I'm great. Hi, Carla.
Hello. So thanks for taking the time to join us today for this series of interviews for the AgroSeller project. So first of all, can you tell us about your company? What are your main products and services, and what markets are you targeting?
Sure. At Aruga, we're developing autonomous ground robots to treat and monitor plants in greenhouses. We are first focused on tomatoes, which is approximately 35% of all greenhouse crops, so the largest crop in greenhouses. And we're targeting mainly tasks and robotic modules to replace human labor. It's not exactly to replace, but people don't want to work in agriculture in general, right? Especially not in greenhouses. If you've ever been inside a greenhouse in the summer. So farmers around the world have a lot of problems in finding people to work, and there are many jobs that can be replaced by robots, and that's our focus.
So how did the company start? What was the idea behind it, and what problem is it trying to solve?
So we 5 years ago, we started out thinking about problems in agriculture, specifically pollination, which is now the first product that Aruga released in high-tech tomato greenhouses. But actually, the decision to start the company happened after we visited Mexico. We went to León, Mexico, and visited a greenhouse farming conference. And we've heard from all the growers that they have problems in finding people. And so we decided to open a company and provide solutions for these growers. That's the story.
That's the story. Okay. So were there any partnerships that help you in the process of growing the company?
Not really. So we were not partnered with any, or not, at least not in the beginning. We didn't partner with any specific growers or research organizations. I know, of course, other companies that did that, but not in our case. Me and my partner, we have friends and colleagues and people that we know that we consulted with, and we started it ourselves.
Okay, so what are the main challenges that the company is currently facing?
I think the main challenges until now and in the near future is especially financing. Since we are producing a real, hardware-based product, robotics with electronics and mechanics and computers and all that. So there's both a lot of expenses on R&D and a lot of expenses on manufacturing the robots. So we have to produce them first and then sell them or lease them. So there is a big financial burden. And again, ramp up of sales cannot be extremely fast like in software companies. So it's a long process and a lot of funding is needed.
Yeah, I imagine. So Iddo, from your personal experience, what advice would you give to a person who wants to start a business in the agricultural field?
So again, I'm not sure I can give advice. This is, again, my first ag tech company. But on a personal level, I would give the advice to be very patient and we need a lot of perseverance, because these things take a long time and funding, and sales cycle are relatively long, because growers don't just add additional technology or solutions immediately to their operation. They need to test it. They need to be convinced that it's working for them. That's on a personal level. Maybe if I can think about something on a more organizational level, I think the focus needs to be on the side of the business. What does a grower need? What kind of product we should sell him? How can we be profitable even in the long term with such products? Technology is an issue, of course, but it's usually the focus of the first few years. Then the focus becomes, selling and service and manufacturing, and if you are the founder and CEO, a lot of focus needs to be on funding. So can't focus on one thing, but again, if the business doesn't work out, then it doesn't matter if the technology is good or the idea is really nice. It has to be business oriented. That's the main thing.
Thank you, Iddo, for sharing your valuable experience with us. And I'm sure that the people who is going to watch the interview are going to be very happy to know a little bit more about this interesting company, Aruga. And we're going to pause with the interview your information so people can follow your company and know a little bit more about what you guys do. Okay, so thank you very much for your time and have a great day.
Thank you, Carla. It was my pleasure as well.